You know, everyone says dream big or go home. Well, I say Smash 4 community, let's dream big. Hey guys, what's up? Mekos here. So a lot of you guys have been seeing me posting about my passion for 3v3, and in this video I'm going to explain why I think it's the key for Smash 4 having a successful and a mainstream future. So a few people have bashed the idea right when they hear 3v3, but others who I've had the chance to actually explain my whole vision for it, they say, hey man, that just might work. So all I ask is that you watch this video to the end. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and share this video so we can get the discussion rolling on whether this is something the community wants to do. Okay, so this video is going to be broken down into two parts. Number one, why 3v3 is needed, and number two, my idea on how 3v3 should be formatted. So let's get it, let's go. Alright, so why is 3v3 needed for Smash Wii U? So our game was released September 13, 2014. It is now 2017. Okay, so if you guys know anything about product placement, I feel that we are soon, if we're not already in there, going to be reaching our maturity stage. Okay, so if we want to stay in the growth stage, we got to be adding a bunch of new things to bring just new exciting things to our scene, right? To make it so that more people want to join, more people want to watch the game, things like that, right? So we already have 2GG starting a circuit, which is going to help, but keep in mind it's going to take a few years for them to get to the level of, say, like an MLG circuit, right? To my knowledge, it's just going to be on the West Coast, so already there you're going to lose a lot of the East Coast players, you know, but it's an amazing thing. We still need to have that, but with that said, I feel like we need one more thing to really push us to the next level of being an amazing game, having an awesome competitive scene. And I honestly feel that 3v3 is that answer. So Smash 4, we've always been like the little brother to Melee, right? Brawl was also a little brother to Melee. We're trying to do the same things they are, right? The 1v1, the 2v2, then we say, hey, Melee scene, please like us, support us. You know, we want Big Brother to play with us, right? And Big Brother's like, we don't care about you. We're going to do our own thing. We need to stop acting like Melee's little brother, and we need to be like Melee's cousin, right? Have our own, you know, scene that can thrive on its own, and we do our own things as well, right? So no other Smash series can do 3v3, yet we can, and we're not even like trying it. I feel like that's a shame on us. If we don't try it, Nintendo definitely probably won't bring it back for the next game. So people say, well, you know, in order for us to be Melee's cousins to their little brother, you know, be a game on equal footing, we need to have something that separates us. We can't be insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We did the same thing as them with Brawl. Now in Smash 4, we're going down that same path, just singles, doubles, right? And with Brawl, the same thing is going to happen with Smash 4, as pretty soon the meta game is going to get more stagnant. It's going to go back to being what all Smash games are about, which is camping, waiting for your opponent to attack in 1v1, because that's how the game was just made. I mean, look at these few clips from Smash 64 and Genesis. See how they're just waiting, baiting? That's essentially Smash singles, and Melee would be the same way if it weren't for the glitches, the things that made the game broken, right? And that's why people love watching it so much, because they're kind of getting around more than what the core fundamental game is in 1v1, right? They're able to go aggro, able to put on an awesome show. They're able to entertain the fans, entertain the viewers, and the players have a much more fun time being able to have more freedom in the game. They have more options, right? So with that said, one way to get around that is by opening up more options via having more characters like 3v3, okay? So another point people say is that why Melee does so much better than us right now is that they have more storylines, of course, because they've been around so much longer. They've had the gods, you know, the gods storyline, all that type of stuff, right? And if we're going to go down the same path as them, realize it's going to take years for us to develop our storylines as well. Or we can add more variables to our situations, which is going to, of course, add more things to talk about for our storylines. And the way to do that is by having a teams format, 3v3, right? So just imagine, you know, so-and-so team picks up, you know, new amateur player, new 15-year-old player, they win the tournament. Huge story right there. So-and-so team drops, you know, this amazing top player last minute and gets another player. That top player that got dropped goes ahead and ends up beating his old team in the tournament. Great storyline right there. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's going to allow for players, viewers, and commentators to have a better time. Players, because you have to realize there are certain characters in Smash 4 who just aren't meant for 1v1, right? But in 3v3, there's so many different situations going on that every character can be viable. For example, imagine Jigglypuff would probably be deadly in 3v3. All right, I can even see Ganondorf putting in work in 3v3. Bowser would be extremely scary, right? Because he's gonna live a long time. His rage factor, man, he has 2 opportunities for his teammates to throw an opponent into him, and bam, they're dead. It's gonna be awesome, right? So that's the players. Players are gonna have more options with character viability. Commentators are gonna have way more to talk about. The last few tournaments I've talked to 1v1, sometimes the commentators, they don't know what to say when the players are just baiting and just camping, waiting for their opponent to attack. And the only thing they can say is like, this is kind of awkward. Well, you know, this is what the game is. This is what happens sometimes. You know, they're trying to win, blah, blah. You know, they're staying positive, but it's still, you know, kind of awkward because everybody can tell, like, this isn't very entertaining. And at the end of the day, if you're going to make a scene thrive, it has to be entertaining, right? You guys have to realize that. Then the final component out of that is the viewers, right? The viewers are going to have a better time because they're going to see so much more going on. And when I next explain the format 3v3, you're going to see it's not just going to be pure chaos, how kind of our 3v3 tournaments have been so far, you know? It's going to be more like League of Legends, how the commentators are going to be able to explain all these various different tactics and strategies that are going on, the different phases. Like in the beginning it's 3v3. Once a lot of players are taken out, then it will go down to 2v2, then finally in the end it might be 1-on-1 or it might be 2v1. You know, there's just going to be so many different opportunities and different situations to talk about. It's going to be so cool. Alright, so that's basically, you know, why I think it's needed, right? It's going to be something that's really unique and it's going to set us apart from any other game that's out there. That alone is going to allow for some people to want to check us out, you know? Right now, if they check out 1v1 in doubles, it's just like, well, they could see that in Melee. The only difference is there might be a few characters that aren't in Melee. Like, you know, some people could be like, oh, is that Cloud? That's so cool. Oh, that's Diddy Kong. You know, but other than that, you know, they're probably going to watch Melee over Smash 4 because of its faster paced game and how, you know, the players can be aggro better. So what I'm telling you guys is as the Smash 4 metagame evolves, players are going to get more and more patient, I'm telling you. Same thing happened in Brawl, it's going to happen in Smash 4. Alright, so let's get to the fun stuff. Alright, so let's say on the left we got Final Boss, which is Zero, Nairo, MKLeo. On the right we got Team Florida, ESAM, MVD, and Nick Riddle. Now let me explain the format. So at the beginning of the match, each team gets one ban, right? After that, the teams take turns selecting their character, and finally, no character can be picked more than once. Can y'all already imagine the crazy storylines that can be created with that? That is so legit. That is so cool. Alright, so let's move forward. Let's say that Team Florida wins the coin toss, right? So from the beginning, ESAM's like, yo guys, we need to get rid of Diddy Kong. You know, Zero has an amazing Diddy Kong, one of the best Diddy Kongs in the world, and it's gonna have amazing stage control, and we just need to get rid of that. And Nick Riddle's like, nah, I think we should get rid of Cloud because, you know, they have 2 amazing Clouds over there. And then MVD's like, really? Y'all just gonna talk about banning both of my 2 favorite characters? Come on now. And then after a long discussion, they finally decide to ban Diddy Kong. So, Final Boss, are they in a dilemma? I don't know. Zero's best character is knocked out. So who is Team Final Boss gonna ban? It's easy for them. They're like, yo, we getting rid of that rat. No ESAM Pikachu. Sorry, ESAM. Bye-bye, rat. Alright, so then after that, Final Boss gets to select one character. Who does Zero pick? Zero picks Cloud, right? And you guys would say, well, why would Zero pick Cloud? I know all 3 of these players can use Cloud, but, you know, Nairo and MKLeo probably have a better Cloud in a team's format. But just like in League of Legends, the players can switch out characters before the match starts, right? So, moving along, Team Florida, ESAM's first pick, or Team Florida's first pick is Bowser. So ESAM is getting that Bowser for his bro, Nick Riddle, right? And then since they have the second pick, MVD goes ahead and gets his Duck Hunt. Yeah, so his Diddy Kong is out, his Cloud is out, but y'all forgot MVD got a Duck Hunt, right? So who does final boss pick next? Naro goes ahead and gets Sheik for his boy Zero. And finally, MK Leo picks his own Marth. Alright, so next, Team Florida, Nick Riddle picks Mewtwo for his brother Esam. Y'all forgot Esam got a Mewtwo on deck. You know, they were arguing, thinking, man, should he go with Corn or should he go with Mewtwo? And then MVD goes, y'all forgot, we've been practicing this team, right? This is our spamming team, right? They gotta come to us. We about to hit him with mad projectiles. We about to be mad annoying. Alright, so then finally, this is the final team after the characters have gone to the right players, after the players have switched characters, right? So you have Zero with Sheik, Nairo with Cloud, MK Leo with his Marth, Esam with his Mewtwo, MVD with his Duck Hunt, and Nick Riddle with his Bowser, right? So why did the teams pick this? Final boss is obvious, right? You know, Zero picked his Sheik for stage control, and because that's his second best character. Nairo picked Cloud. You know, he wasn't sure whether he wanted to go Zero Suit Samus or Cloud, but he went with Cloud. And MK Leo picked his Marth, right? So Team Final Boss has one character for awesome stage control. Well, actually, all three of those characters have awesome stage control. And two of those characters have great kill power, while Sheik is going to be playing support. You know, she can support really well with her Nidos, and she's just really fast. She can rack up damage really quickly. So Sheik is kind of like an 80 carry slash support, while you know, the other two characters could be more considered. Well, Nairo could play either support or 80 carry or assassin with his character, because, you know, Cloud can just do it all, and MK Leo is gonna just, you know, I don't know what he's gonna do with his Marth, but he might take the lead and just kind of play like that tank role, kind of be in front, kind of have that scary stage presence with his Tipper Blade. All right, so Team Florida, why did they pick their characters? So nobody really knows this, but Team Florida, you know, they have been practicing this 3v3 format for a while, and they've actually developed this team. They've used it as kind of like a secret. They know most people are going to ban Pikachu, so they said, what is one way we can get around that? So they're using Mewtwo and Duck Hunt for a heavy projectile, and they're using Bowser to get those early kills, you know, those follow-up kills, and also be a tank when he needs to be. All right. So who would you guys think would win this, right? You know, so, you know, some people might say, well, on the left they have way more top players, they're easily going to win. But on the right, you know, 3v3 is different than 1v1. You know, all those 1v1 situations and 1v1 combos aren't going to work, because there's probably, with great teamwork, always going to be somebody there to punish. So you're going to have different tactics and different strategies for Team 3v3. And just for this imagination, this fantasy game, we're going to say Team Florida wins because they have some amazing strategies, right? Their team edge guards are crazy. They're gimping the Cloud early, and they're killing Sheik early. They hold Marth back because, you know, he has no projectiles. So they're just a mad, annoying team. All right, and they end up winning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick description that I gave. You can see, like, already just with this final boss versus Team Florida, so many different things could have happened. For example, Nick Riddle could have picked Zero Suit Samus, which would have just changed the whole dynamic, right? If he picked Zero Suit Samus, they probably would have lost because the Cloud and Marth would have just handled her in the air and would have just killed her like mad early and messed her up, right? So that's it for this video, guys. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's get this discussion rolling. Like, I'm really excited about this. I really think this could take the Smash 4 community to the next level. You know, you got to be optimistic. I don't know if anybody would try it, but please share this with the TOs, you know, share this with any, you know, your fellow players, your fellow friends, share it all over the place. Again, let's get this discussion rolling. All right, take it easy, Smashers. This is Mekos. I'm out.